Hey there, welcome to 5 Minute Friday. It's where we take a few minutes to end our week in God's Word. And one of the things that I want to do this season in particular as we prepare for Easter is we get into a Lent devotion. And we use in our household the one from Lutheran Hour Ministries. That's lhm.org. You can go on their website and it's there, I think, every day on their homepage. But you can also download it, or if you're in our church, you can pick it up in the lobby. But one of the things that's helpful today is we hit a familiar story. And really the question I wanted to start with and get you thinking about is, where are your mountaintop experiences of faith? What would you point to? What are your glory moments? The story we get into today comes from Luke chapter 9, beginning at the 29th verse. It's the story of the transfiguration of Jesus, where you see Jesus in a different light. It goes 29 through 35. As he was praying, the appearance of his face changed, and his clothes became as bright as a flash of lightning. Two men, Moses and Elijah, appeared in the glorious splendor, talking with Jesus. They spoke about his departure, which he was about to bring to fulfillment at Jerusalem. Peter and his companions were very sleepy. But when they became fully awake, they saw his glory and the two men standing with him. As the men were leaving Jesus, Peter said to him, "Master, it is good for us to be here. Let us set up 3 shelters, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." He did not know what he was saying. While he was speaking, a cloud appeared and covered them, and they were afraid as they entered the cloud. A voice came from the cloud saying, "This is my son, whom I have chosen. Listen to him." That ends our reading for today. A really powerful moment. I think about, what's Peter trying to do here? He's trying to capture that scene, to put it in a bottle, to keep it. That's why he wants those tents up there. He wants to have that interaction with Jesus and Elijah and Moses and kind of keep that mountaintop experience for himself. But you know and I know, this side of heaven, we're really able to see glimpses of that glory of God, where we get that clarity. Sometimes people would call it, maybe you have a vision, or you have a divine knowledge, a calling, or just a sense of peace. Sometimes they're huge, great, big things. Other times it's just as you're going. It's a whisper, it's a small voice. So what is that for you? What is the glory that you're able to dwell in, that you're able to recall, where God has made himself clear to you? Where you've had kind of a mountaintop experience and you carry it with you. The reason I ask you to think about that is, in my years as a pastor and as a director of Christian education, I've had opportunity to speak with people who are kind of sailing. They're going off on maybe they're becoming a missionary, or in training to be a minister, or they're doing a street ministry that's awesome, or crisis pregnancy center, and they're meeting people's needs where they're at, and they're totally passionate about it. But more often, I think that there are folks that I've been comforted by, are really kind of walking on a journey full of potholes and pain and suffering. And it's in those moments that I'm brought comfort and peace, because there's still glimpses of Jesus, God's Son, who is paid for the price of sin for us all. And my people that I know, whether they're really strong Christians, or they're people that are just trying to grasp onto something of faith, have been able to, in those moments of trial, in those moments of struggle, lean into the grace of God, the faith that's a gift, stand on the firm foundation of their baptism, hold on to the hope that we have in salvation, everlasting life, believing in the truth of God's word. So I guess my encouragement today is, you don't need to stay on the mountaintop in order to keep it close to your heart. Remember, those glimpses of heaven, they're just a sample, a taste of what is to come when Jesus comes again or we return home. God bless you. I hope you have a great rest of your week.